chicks.
Welcome back. What?
Oh, wait. Sorry. Wow.
Angie wants me to put my hair up.
No. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
And I don't know how to do that.
No. You're not going to put your hair
up. I used to have long hair where I could do that, but I don't anymore.
Yeah. We were just talking about recording multiple podcasts and not looking like it was done on the same day. So we put your hair up, change it up. Yeah. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, because my hair is up.
Yeah. So did you apply the last principles that we discussed? All those sentences you need to know and not necessarily worry about that 4-year degree?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Every single one. No.
Man, I got tons of emails from it. Yeah.
You got tons of emails?
Tons of emails.
From who?
I think we just divulged that we jumped right into a second podcast. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm just going to make up some names. All right. But listen, I'm interested, so I know you guys will be interested, right? If it gets my attention anymore at this age, after you've heard so much, it's worth sharing. But welcome into this edition of MarketAbilities. And if you understand, so that's one word. It's all the abilities we have to market your business, and whether it's video, production, placement, whatever, none of that matters per Lucas. We're in the business of making you money, of growing your bottom line.
Right. Because if you keep that in mind, like this is the goal while you're creating whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a video. You can, whatever, you're creating a cereal box. I don't know.
Right.
Like if you're creating it in mind of like this needs to sell more and reach more people, then you're going to think about the video differently rather than just making a good video.
Right. Wow. I got hung up on the box.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know where cereal box came from. I haven't had cereal in like probably 6 months, and it was
I've
just
had
there.
cereal in longer than that. All right, listen, it's been a long day, guys, but we do want to pass this on, and if it's something that can help you, that's what we want to do. So just chew on some of this with us for a little bit here. If you don't think you can help a prospect, I wonder how many of you listening and watching will answer this honestly. If you don't think you can help them, you're encouraged to be honest and have that conversation.
Yeah.
And it would behoove you to do that because if you still take it on, if you have that philosophy, we don't care. We're going to take on everybody, even if we know we can't help make a difference.
Yeah.
That could bite you in the rear, because if you know you can't help them, you're not going to help them. They're not going to do well. And that word of mouth, you just destroyed all the good people, the prospects that you could help and you did help.
Yeah.
Your average, you were depleted by your averages there.
I think you're literally doing the world a disservice whenever you take on business you shouldn't take on.
Yeah.
And I think from a spiritual aspect of it is like people will be in front of you and you need to make the right decision on if it's the right move or not. Because say like if it's not, and it's not, but you're like, I really need the money. And you still push it away. I fully believe God's going to put the perfect client, prospect,
100%.
person in that position that you want, that you've been wanting, because you made the right decision.
100%. Yeah. And, it's okay to push it on down the road, because maybe there is somebody out there who can help them. I mean, at this agency, we've had one or two stories where we were asked to do something, maybe in the political arena, that we just refused to do. It was one of those smear campaigns or whatever, and we're just not going to go there. And the one particular client, they found somebody who would do it. And for all of us, we watched it sort of unfold, and it was the demise, I believe, for that candidate.
That's
and
bad.
Yeah. So again, I'm so happy that we didn't take advantage of that. We're like, no thanks. Thanks for asking, but no thanks. We're not going to do that. So that's something to keep in mind there for sure. There will always be a market. Listen to this. If you're in any one of these sectors, there will always be a market for health, wealth, and relationships.
Yep.
Man, we are flooded with stuff, aren't we?
Yeah. It's incredible the amount of trainers and
I know.
people teaching you how to eat healthy or supplements or
health, wealth, and relationships. And look, I want you to take at face value what I'm about to say to you. So in your TikTok or your feeds or whatever, and we all do it, we just scroll and they're like, today I can tell you, have you ever wanted to make a million, to do this way is the way you get to independent wealth. Okay. Keep in mind those individuals doing those videos, if they had so much independent wealth, which they do, some of them do, okay, but they're making money by enticing you to come and learn from them. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So be aware, research, make sure that you're trusting your source, because any of these people out there could just be reading from a script.
Right.
Because they're trying to do the same thing that everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
And it's working in a lot of cases.
For some people, it's working crazy well.
But don't fall into the trap to be the customer to the Yahoo that's really not qualified to offer you anything.
Yeah, I think it's funny because I think that there's a lot of people out there who they haven't even done it.
Right.
Like they're just teaching you how to do it because they learned how to do it, but they didn't actually do it themselves.
Correct.
This is why I love people like Alex Hormozy. I don't know, have you seen him?
Yeah.
Where he's come out with these books and his podcast and all his videos and stuff. His books are like $20 or $30 or whatever. And they basically teaches you way more than a course would that people are spending $1,000 on.
Sure.
Or
Yeah.
$2,000 on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I really like people like him who are like, hey, I've literally built all these $1 million businesses.
Right.
And you can too, but you don't need to pay me $2,000 to teach you how to do it.
Yeah, that's big. Granted, he makes a lot of thousands of dollars because people buy his books and he does classes and such, doesn't he?
Not any paid.
Oh,
they're
okay.
all free.
Okay.
They're all free on his website.
He has some killer sponsors, I bet.
No, he's just a really good business dude.
And that's how he made his money.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I like it. And okay, let's touch on the third one.
Yeah.
Because I think you and I both feel the same about this. So relationships. It's just, look, guys, it's not hard. It's communication and being faithful and honest and open. But personally, the path that I'm going to choose to take is to try and maintain a biblical relationship within my marriage. I think that's the best book and the best advice there for that.
For sure. Yeah.
And that's pretty simple. You didn't have to pay $1 million.
And you know what's funny is some of the best health, wealth, and relationship advice is in the Bible.
All there.
Yeah.
It's all there, really.
It's been there for a while.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know what's great? You know that you're in some good hands. And this has actually happened of late where the principle evolved from the Bible. You know, there are clear instructions in there about, you know, God wants everybody to be successful and make money. And there's some principles you can apply and be disciplined. And it's there. So definitely don't do yourself a disservice by discounting that book for sure. Compete on value, not price. Now, we touched on this a little bit the last podcast. So you're going to compete on value, not price.
Right.
What does that mean?
So and it's always like a perceived value. Like it's you have to ask yourself what's super valuable to your customer. And I think we always have like a core offer that we offer a customer, right? Where it doesn't matter what business you're in. Like it could literally, you're selling a cone of ice cream.
Right.
But like what's something extra that you can add on to that doesn't cost you a lot, that makes it easy on you, but you can offer them and they'll be like, whoa, that's super cool.
Right.
And so then you don't have to worry about price because it's like you're already outdoing your competitor who's trying to undercut you with more value.
That's right.
And people like
the added value.
People want more actual of like things that will help them or whatever over them spending money because people know they can just make more money or they can save or whatever.
Sure. Absolutely. Good point. So the other thing for us to think about, and this drives me crazy, we've talked about how complicated they try to make the stock market, and that's the best place for, you know, it's a great place for people like you and I to make some extra money, and the real estate market, the same thing. But they make it so hard in appearance that you couldn't possibly understand it unless you went and had, you know, years and years of training or whatever. Yeah. Maybe they'll adopt this principle. I sure hope so. If not, just do it in your business. A fifth grader should be able to understand your writing and what it is that you're offering.
Yeah, so I've not heard that one before.
So true, though. It's like, why are you trying to make it? You make it complex when you're trying to scare people off. Because if they can't understand it, why would they invest in it? Why would they, you know? It's so true. It's like anybody should be able to understand it. And they always taught us that in the news, doing news for 30 years as a news anchor. Okay, sorry. They would tell us, you're really kind of dumbing it down, the audience. You know, it's, actually, they said a second grade level. Crap. I kind of disagreed with that a little bit, but because I know that, look, people are smart for the most part, whether, you know, life lessons or taught by books or whatever. But I think it is important to make sure that even in the digital age, we sell digital media. That's very hard to understand for a lot of people. But if somebody wants to engage you in that conversation, figure out a way to make them understand at least a little bit of what you're doing so they can have confidence in what they're buying.
Right.
Right? So, all right, well, here it is. If what you sell is confusing, nobody will buy it. I agree and disagree. But again, the consumer confidence, I don't want our clients to be confused about what we're doing. I want them to I want them to understand.
Right.
And some of them have told us, just handle it.
Right.
Which is what we've done for years with financial planners and stuff. Just handle it. But anyway, so I mean, these are some things just to think about. Again, it would hopefully help you in your business. And then use the same words and phrases. Back to this whole 5th grade level, maybe use the same words and phrases as your target market to increase conversions. So, man, that's really identifying your customer. Yeah. So, wow.
So if you know exactly who your customer is, you need to understand how they're talking. Because, like, if your customer is a Gen Z kid, compared to like me, who's a millennial, like
that makes me just a fossil, or what am I?
Yes,
what they call it.
Okay. No, I'm just kidding. Wait, what are you?
Is it Y?
I think so.
Was I the Y? Let me look.
I don't know. But
Born
anyways,
in 71.
Yeah, you have to use some of that language to kind of catch their ear, or even for them to relate to it.
That's so true.
Like if they see a phrase, or if I see a phrase, like I want to relate to it first and foremost before anything else.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if like I'll see something, and if it has like an old timey phrase or something, I don't know.
I'm down with that though.
See,
I like that.
That's it. Like you just proved the point.
I'm Generation X, by the way.
X.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. It's all made up.
Gen X. Yeah. Those are folks born between the mid 60s and the early 80s. Gen X. Yeah. Between baby boomers and millennials. You're a millennial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. But here's the other thing to think about. If your language, I don't know though, because look at the trends. Look at what's coming back. Bell bottoms. Things that were very attractive to our parents, when you got this generation, because you want to, I don't know, there's some romanticism there that, maybe you don't have to change all the language. You just hope that they have an appreciation of that language. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's still in their culture. So
it is.
You're still pertaining
to them.
They're
adaptive.
Well, like a Gen X, but then if you do that, try to get millennials, but you want to do bell bottoms, it won't work as well.
You're right. I hate it when you're right. Like that. Yeah. All right, guys, we're just trying to help you. What do we want to do? We want to learn, right? That's what we're doing together every day. And if you aren't learning something every day, you're doing yourself a disservice. Make sure you learn something every day.
Yeah, like I always tell people, like, really start a good book and like learn it.
Yeah.
There's something that one guy said that blew my mind, because I love to read. Like I read every day. But he was like, I will read a book for like months.
Oh yeah, I do too.
And
I'm very guilty.
He will go and he'll read the chapter and he'll go do everything in that chapter.
Little application. I like it.
Yeah. So like that was the biggest thing for me, because I'm a good reader, but I won't necessarily always apply everything I do learn, because I want to get through it.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think that anybody who is out there who's just like a learner like me, you probably need to slow down and just do the thing that you're learning.
Right. Yeah. And you could be like me. It takes you a while to get through a book. But if you're applying things that you learned, and, for me, I've shared, I haven't watched a newscast since 2009. And people call those water cooler conversations, things that happen on the news, right?
Yeah.
But I like to take something that in a book that just stood out. This actually happened at the Mid-America Music Awards. Remember I was telling you about the story,
yeah.
and it's that moment. I don't care if it's 2 pages, 2 chapters, and you're like, whoa. I just want to stop right there. And I'm like, okay, I've got to go share this with like everybody. I can't believe they don't already know this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I come back and take on more of it. But yeah, we challenge you to learn something every day. And even if it's a new word, that's a lot of fun too.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't have to be anything, crazy.
Right.
But I think if you expand your mind, then your mind will see more things. Like you'll actually see more things in reality than that you can take as an opportunity.
That's right. And that means that you're improving and growing your business and you're growing yourself, and then you'll thank us and it'll be great. And then we're just growing everybody. And MarketAbilities, that's it. We have the abilities to market you in many, many ways. Growing media marketing, produce, perform.
Yep.
What else are we doing?
We're just making it happen.
We are. Yep. We did a TV show today. We had some cool guests on.
Very cool show.
Yeah. We had a wonderful, I mean, they really didn't want to be called a program or an initiative, maybe a study. They really didn't classify themselves, but it's looking at what families who have children, newborn to age 5, what they need, like a needs assessment group. And I love that because what they found was pretty astounding.
Yeah.
You know, you got to take care of those kids and make sure their minds are developing the way that they should.
Absolutely.
Then we had a great author on, Claudine Wargle.
Yep.
She takes us back to the rural way of doing things, which is so funny because she's such a refined lady.
Yeah.
You know, she's worked in, I think she works in agricultural journalism or something.
Yeah, I think I remember talking to her about that.
Yeah. And she went back and just started remembering some of the stories as a child, her own life, and she's now penned those in a book. And then, man, that artist, that musical talent, what was
Scott.
that? That was good.
That was so good. He's too good.
You need to learn that. What is that called? The upright bass?
Yeah.
That is hot. That is so good.
Yeah. It's really good.
Why don't more people, because it's harder to lug that thing around
It's
city.
expensive.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, those things are expensive.
Wow. Okay.
Hecka
But yeah,
expensive.
it was really good. So you need to look at that. And then we'll leave you with this just to feel good. Our pastry chef we had on, what was the name again? It was Ella's Umbrella Cake Company, right? Cupcake. Or Ella's Cupcake Company.
Ella's Umbrella Cupcake. Ella's.
Ella. I kind of got stuck on that. No, it's beautiful. Let me tell you. So you go ahead. You remember the premise, or you want me to share that?
No, I don't remember the premise.
You weren't listening, were you? You were over there in the audio booth. I know. So Ella's Umbrella Cupcakes, right? It's named after her daughter. And I'm like, Umbrella Cupcakes, what? And she said, yeah, have you ever turned a cupcake over? And she's right. The little packaging, it looks a lot like an umbrella. What does an umbrella do? An umbrella shields you and keeps you out of like the storm and any, you know, treacherous conditions. And, you know, have you ever had a bad day when you eat a cupcake? I don't think so. There's just a lot of sunshine there, a lot of brightness.
Not that I can remember.
Yeah, it's really good. So that's just something to leave you with there.
Yeah.
So.
Beautiful.
I think I'm about to choke. I got a little choked up on that one, I think.
Okay.
You know how when you breathe in and at the same time? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Find us. We're YouTube, I think, and we're on a couple different channels.
We're on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And then if you want to just listen to the podcast, we're on Spotify, you know, Apple Podcasts.
But if
Google.
you do that, then you won't see Lucas putting his hair up. You want to watch the video portion, right? He's putting his hair up. Okay. All right, guys. Peace. Mwah. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.